In this video, we're covering how to get businesses into ChatGPT results in my 3-step playbook. I have done this for multiple companies. I've written a case study about one of them. It is a window cleaning company in Santa Monica, California, where in less than a month, I was able to get them onto the top of their local ratings through the Google Business Profile, as well as all of the AI platforms that are commonly used for commercial intent. And so that's what this video is about. We're going to go over my exact playbook of what I did to get them to where they were. Their starting point was pretty strong in the off-page sense. They had around 45 reviews and a completely filled out Google Business Profile, completely optimized with the correct services, service descriptions, categories. Had a decent amount of photos listed on there, and their review average was pretty high, as well as Yelp. They had a presence on there. They were running some ads through there, and they had about 20 reviews on there as well. The on-page matter was a little bit different. We were seeing just 3 pages altogether. Their homepage, a page about existing work that they have done, and then a about page. And so, yeah, I'm going to cover my 3-step process that can be applied to any company who is trying to get local results for their service or for any type of business. It starts with the off-page aspect. I think that's the best place to start. You want to claim and optimize every profile that ChatGPT trusts. These directories are incredibly important, but some are more so than others. The priority list that I would follow is Google Business Profile, then Yelp, then Bing Places, Apple Maps, and then finally something, either an industry specific index or a more common one such as MapQuest. Remember, do ensure NAP consistency. NAP consistency refers to name, address, and phone number. The biggest thing that I have seen people mess up on is not a big mess up of like different phone numbers, but rather the difference between like just those filler words, and versus the and signed, the versus no the. Clearing things up like that will help. And things like ST period versus street, just making it as consistent as possible is 1,000% the way to go. Once you get those directories, continuing to spread out the reviews over multiple sources and not just honing in on a single one is what I suggested. Luckily, with a company like a window cleaning company, there's a significant review velocity, and so we're able to pump those reviews through multiple platforms relatively quickly, whereas a longer sales cycle company would have a little bit more difficulty. So that is the second step, is building a review capture system across all of these different directories. I think the in-person ask of getting, if you are still in person with the customer, asking them for a review is the best method. What a good review actually looks like Google does prohibit telling anybody what to write on a review, but ensuring that like your reviews include the services that you provide is incredibly important. So I like a great suggestion is to have them just explain what the problem was before you came and then how you solved that problem for them. That will just inherently kind of point them in the direction of great keywords for you to target. Finally, the third most important step of this whole process, depending on the how well your website is built out right now. For most companies I've seen, they're way too thin. So the last step is rebuilding the website content so AI can extract it. A singular service page is not going to cut it. So what I do is every single service page gets its own page, and the heading is going to be both that specific service along with the location that you're trying to rank for. Both of those are in the heading, are in the title, and the URL of those tags. And then if they're probably going to be rewritten, but I like to add it into the meta description as well. I think that it's so quick and easy to do that you may as well write out meta descriptions at this point, and keeping that keyword in there is super important. What I keep on every single service page that I write is a how we are different section of that entire website. Unique angle is a lot easier for AIs to cite when comparing you to competitors, including very specific things of tools, brands, techniques that you're using. FAQ section on each of those pages I continue to like to use just because they're super helpful, because you're able to write in a little bit more of a commercial intent rather than this very formal copy. I also include a step-by-step process for any of those each of those services on each of the pages, and yeah, so kind of an example for a window cleaning company, I would have a section on why choose this window cleaning company, our blank step process, and then I commonly was adding in the plugins towards the reviews. So some section of see what your neighbors are saying about us. Then another section, maybe a call to action, maybe some type of discounted price, giving them intel on exactly what this would cost. A FAQ section, and then a final call to action section at the end, just to hit on those keywords just one last time in a slightly different manner is a great way to do this. I think that writing so AI will quote you is super important. Every page on your website should sound like you're explaining your work to a curious potential client. I think professional, specific, plain language explanations are going to be the best type of copywriting to help rank on large language models. If your sentences are sounding like they could be copied from one of your competitors, then I would try to rewrite those sentences. I think things to not waste your time on are FAQ schema markup. I think AI-friendly rewrites of every single page that you have, especially when you have a larger website already, is excessive. I believe it's over 80% of citations come from a small number of high-value pages rather than looking through everything. And so better leverage of your time is figuring out what pages are the most important and honing in on those. Definitely don't buy reviews to boost your numbers. And then llms.txt has a very negligible impact. I think things to try if the playbook that I have given you didn't get you quite there just yet. Obviously, the review velocity is the thing that can have the largest variability in terms of how long it could take to get more reviews. But other than that, this shouldn't take an incredible amount of time. I don't put an incredible amount of detail into the web design because I realize that I think most people at this point are wanting to go and talk to a human on the phone because everybody can make a website. So all of these, I call them back alley pages where the only people or the only thing that is looking at this page is Google and these LLMs. they can be a little bit more simple. So don't spend as much time on it. What the results I was able to get with a less than a month impact or work on this window cleaning company was incredible. In a 5-mile radius, they're ranking in the top 3 of the Google business profile and still consistently getting in new leads through their calls and through the website requested quotes. What we have also seen is that the mentions in AI after only 3 days of publishing the new website and only 1 day of after submitting the new sitemap, we were able to see them being mentioned on large language models for high intent searches. Some of those searches are including best window cleaners in Santa Monica, who should I hire to clean my windows here in Santa Monica, and window washing in Santa Monica. I have found that a lot of people are using ChatGPT more and more like Google when searching. A lot of SEO experts claim that people are searching these longer tail questions where you can get the same results when searching very similarly to Google with these more entity-based searches rather than why would you write out who is the best company in Santa Monica who is going to clean my windows today versus something that can be said that will get you the same result a lot quicker. I think that the migration of people towards large language models to search for products and companies is happening, but the way that they search isn't adapting. And so yeah, I think that's what's happening. This playbook, it's not theory. I've done this with multiple companies now, running this exact 3-step process of getting on directories, getting those directories as many reviews as possible, high quality reviews though, and then having a website that matches that. Ultimately, that's all you need. I think my favorite quote, when I forgot who it was, but somebody was asked, like, how do you do good AEO? You have a good company. So it's your job to explain your company to all of these different algorithms. It's a lot easier said. It sounds very daunting, but it's relatively easy. So that's all I got for you.